once again, we find ourselves here with another top list podcast. But as we await more and more releases from the Disney-owned studio Pixar, but of course, it won't be me doing this. It won't be me who makes the list, as I don't do such things. So I'm going to leave it to my friend here. This is the Kings of Rice, and this is my guest today. What do you want to go by? You just want to go by your name, Devareay, because that's your aforementioned YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. Well, right now it's Devareay Dream Machine.
Okay.
But we can go by Devareay.
Well, you get it, Devareay. So we're just gonna go by Devareay. Basically a family friend, and he has his own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, we are doing. This is gonna be the third episode of the top 10 Pixar list. First one was with Ultima, rest in peace. The second one was with my sister, and then now we have Devareay here doing his list.
Hey.
He is, in my opinion, he's an outspoken critic in film, and he does theater himself. So he watches a lot of movies, critiques them for whether or not it really, whether basically I want to say like it is for as I don't do these things, so I don't consider it like I guess in a way you do it for people who will listen, basically.
Yeah,
which is fine. I don't remember what episode number this is because I haven't done one of these in hella long. And weirdly enough, there is an episode missing. I found out when I went to add a whole bunch of these. To, I went to add update all of the fucking the videos.
What number was it that you saw was missing?
Fuck, I don't even remember, dude. I went to do. I actually added a few more to this playlist for this MGT Cast, and YouTube at the top of the playlist section it said that one of the videos was removed. I don't even know what it was about. Because if you really think about it, look, see, most of the time I keep, when you go through here, you'll see all these. These are all MGT Cast backgrounds, and a lot of them I kept.
Where are the what numbers are they?
I don't. I mean, I'll know what they are, but I didn't number them. But at the same time, I'll look at these and go, hey, I had these, but then. I mean, most of these are MGT Cast ones, but this one was like an aforementioned indie game night, but when we didn't have good internet. But
I remember that fucking Oh, can we cuss on here?
That's fine.
All
that's
right.
fine. That's me, dog. What the fuck?
I saw your Until Dawn one. That just brought back memories.
Yeah, because we had the this thing right here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
memories of that.
Yeah, that one was really fun because I did it with my sister, and she actually stayed up pretty much the whole night with me while we did it.
I think I played it. Well, I watched you guys play for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I
mean, I almost want to I have no urge to play that game again because I did it all in one try with her help. So there's no reason for me to play the game again. So, but anyway, we're getting off track. So we're here. Pixar has how many movies I say? 21 movies now?
21, 22.
21, 22. Toy Story 4 just came out on Friday.
And it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
So that can be added to this list. So I know you said before we started you wanted to do Toy Story as a whole, but I want you to try to list them, even if they have to be one after the other. I don't even really care because this is you doing this. Okay. Even if they're not as all as a whole, you can literally put them all in a bunch and we'll just do the numbers from there.
All right.
Right. So either way it remains the same.
Okay. Yeah.
It's so we can fill in and then just do whatever. Okay. So I actually on my little notebook that I've actually started to do for just making notes and stuff. I'm gonna have you write on here so I have so I can just keep an idea of what's going on, and then so from top number 1 being best, boom, all the way down to the bottom. And if I didn't put enough numbers on there, you can go ahead and start. So I did, and while he's doing that, I'm going to go through some Disney news because that's what we did last time. Go ahead and take your time with this.
I have to look up the freaking movies.
So
it's Pixar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that being said, it says I clicked on the first article here. It says as we know, Toy Story came out on Friday and is currently dominating rivals as Toy Story 4 storms the box office. This is actually from CNN Entertainment, but actually, you know what? That's fine. I'm just gonna say that Disney dominating rivals as Toy Story 4 storms the box office.
I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it's weirdly enough, obviously, as your chosen side profession goes of being a critic, we shouldn't always trust, a critic scores, because it's really what you really think about a movie.
Yes, do not trust us. Watch movies for yourself. And
so weirdly enough, Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie 100%. How does that fall on your opinion of the movie? So if you had to give it a percentage score right now, what would you give it? Just off the top of your head.
Right now, just having seen it, I would have to give it like a high 80, low 90. Okay. Not 100. It wasn't perfect, but I think.
I mean,
it's usually just fans who just want to support the movie and they just give it 100.
Yeah,
like
it's to get people in there. Be like, hey, watch it. So, I mean, I'm not gonna look up any specific numbers right now. No, I don't care about. I don't want my news summarized each morning.
Yeah, it is 21. It's exactly 21.
Oh, okay, that's good. I mean, you haven't seen some of these, so obviously you're omitting them.
Yes, the ones I can say right now, I will be omitting so people don't get mad. I have not seen Ratatouille.
Neither have
I have not seen The Good Dinosaur and Cars 3. Those are the only 3 that I have not seen, so they won't be on my list. So I guess it'll just be what's 17?
So how many did you say?
I think there was only 3 of them I haven't seen, so 17?
So yeah.
18.
No, 18, yeah. We're doing, like, simple math.
Yeah, I'm bad at math.
I'm not any better, really, but... Damn, this is Disney intern, 22 years old, paralyzed in car crash. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Did you see that? Somebody replaced every Disney prince with Keanu Reeves?
I did. I saw that.
It was pretty funny. I thought it was kind of funny. Well, let's see. 17 money-saving Disney World and Disneyland hacks to try. My family is actually going to Disneyland this Thursday, so...
This Thursday?
This Thursday, yes.
Jesus. I need to go with you guys. I keep forgetting to, like...
I'm not going.
Why don't you go anymore?
I went last time. They went.
Oh, the time that your brother almost killed me?
No.
Oh, not that time?
No, that was like I think my family went, like, maybe, like, 2 more times before that, and then, like, I went that time before that. I don't remember what year that was, but I definitely went that year. It was when it was just him at the house, and then I heard that he almost killed you with a bat.
Yeah. Oh, man. Good times.
1 single day park ticket at Disneyland. Wait, what? How old is this article, actually, before I start naming off stuff, and people are like, no. Let me close that before.
I was gonna say, can we do that?
Yeah, I don't want to be like, someone to be like, hey, what the fuck? So I went up to Disney News. So I wanted to see that. I clicked on a little tidbit there. So this is from yesterday, or it says from a day ago. It was updated today. So basically it says 17 money-saving Disney World and Disneyland hacks to try if you want to visit the happiest or most magical places on Earth, Disneyland, Anaheim, California, Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida, respectively. Here's how to save up. 1 day single park ticket Disneyland ranges from $104 to $149 depending on the date, and the basic ticket equivalent to Walt Disney World runs between $109 and $129, with an additional premium on food, lodging, travel, other items. Let's see. It says, what the heck? How long? Okay, this doesn't tell me anything. Oh, let's see. Is this? I have to go to the photos. Is that what this is?
It might. Is it one of those like clickbait things?
No, it's from USA Today. So like, I wouldn't say it's like clickbait per se, but it's like, number 1, come prepared. Isn't that like how you do every trip?
Wait, what?
Number 1 is come prepared.
That's
no. Actually, that's good in a way, because when I went last time, it rained.
That's still a BS. That's just to pad your list out.
I guess, but at the same time, like I this is the first time I ever went and it was raining. But my mom always brings like the those ponchos, because we have Disneyland ponchos.
We needed one for when I went to Disney World.
Yeah.
It rained. It stormed all 4 days you were there.
It was Florida.
Yeah, I hate Florida, by the way.
When did you go?
It was 4th of July weekend of like 2-3 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
It was terrible, but we had fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, you know, it just says come prepared, but it's like the things you tend to forget. You know what I mean? It's like it's more like on that. I mean, I get what you mean. It's like you're starting off your list by padding your list. Buy Disney souvenirs elsewhere, which I guess is fine. But then like you know, Disney merchandise can be found just about anywhere these days, including Amazon, Target, Walmart, Target, department stores, and even your local grocery store. I'm never buying Disney shit from a grocery store. For example, Disney store sells adult-sized Mickey Classic Ringer T-shirt for $29.99, whereas similar shirt can be found at Walmart for nearly $5. Okay, so who was that? Were they just calling me?
I think they're talking to the baby.
Oh, sometimes I just feel like I hear my name. Okay, this is, and it's like, you know, buy cheaper somewhere else. I get it, but that for that, buy your souvenirs elsewhere. To be fair, I understand it's expensive, but then I feel like I'm completing my experience by buying at least one thing. You know what I mean? You don't have to make a day out of buying shit. I'll buy I literally got that Mushu last time we went. That Mushu right there. I literally got that in a fucking $70 Star Wars umbrella.
They made There's a Cars 3?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I omitted that one. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
dumb now, right?
Okay, number three is make your own autograph book. I'm not saying make it. You can buy your own autograph book.
Now that I'm looking at it.
Buy your own autograph book. You know what? It's weird. I don't think it's weird that people still do autographs, because that's actually like an event you can make for yourself, like the whole day, where you can get like character autographs and stuff.
If you have like kids, that's like a great way to just find stuff to do to go find.
Yeah, because like I mean, a lot of times for being an adult in Disneyland, you just be you're omitting a lot of things because you don't feel like waiting. But I guess in a way you gotta have you have to have a reason to wait. Number 4 is take advantage of shuttle services. That's actually a good tip, because if you stay at a hotel that has a shuttle to the fucking parking lot, take it, because that's a definite time saver. Especially you can pad out all the times and stuff. And you can be like, hey, you can just take the shuttle. I mean, we did that for Phantom that one year. So, bring your own stroller or wheelchair. I mean, why aren't you bringing your own stroller? Especially if you have kids.
There's some people who just use the ones that are at the park.
I mean, it's $15 a day. It's not that bad. It's not like they're charging by hour or anything like that.
But that adds up when you're doing, plus all the other shit you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a flat payment as long as you return it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, they're gonna be like, hey, it's like you ever went to the Livermore outlets, right? People will rent out those little kid caddies or whatever, and then they'll just leave them in the parking lot and will not return them. So what happens is that's timed. It's not like per day, it's timed. So you're losing money on your card per hour that you have that out sitting in the parking lot, and people don't even come out and look for those things until it becomes a problem. So literally your card's being run up for fucking these little caddies because you didn't feel like returning one. But it's technically your fault, but yeah, I mean it depends. I guess it's depending, but most of the time you would think I'm just gonna bring a stroller. Wheelchairs is another thing though, because I don't have to deal with wheelchairs.
I'm done.
Eat breakfast before you arrive. Well, I guess it depends on
You could eat breakfast at the park.
We actually did the what do you call that? The Storytellers Cafe one morning.
I've never been there.
It's a breakfast buffet.
Have you been to Goofy's Kitchen?
I have not.
It is. Well, I don't know how it is now, but I know when I was a kid, it was fantastic.
Well, okay, yeah, because we did Storytellers Cafe. It's breakfast buffet.
What is it? I mean, do the characters go there?
Yeah, it's like we had character breakfast. It's like they have hella people there already. There are obviously reservations, and they got the characters walking around greeting everybody, making sure everyone's having a good time, which is fine. We'll just complete this list, and then we can just move on to this. Is bring your own food and drinks. Everybody does that. You know what I mean? We at least do our own drinks. We bring a cooler that has water in it.
That's actually a good rule. I've never done that. I do that for conventions, but I don't do it for when I go.
Yeah, because I mean, I understand. They check your bags before you go in, which is fine. You'd be like, it's food, whatever. They're not gonna be like, hey, what the fuck? Obviously, I went through fucking. I brought up. I got tired of bringing my shit through there.
What the hell are these pictures?
It's just padded pictures.
No, but they're pretzels.
That's airline pretzels.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah. They just went found images on Google and shit. USA Today, get your life together. Get discounted Disneyland tickets. Well, maybe
I thought
I'll
it was
read-
gonna say love your veterans because the picture.
I'm gonna read this one because this one sounds like This sounds like it says Disney has a variety of special offers for its guests, such as discounts for military service members and Southern California residents. These discounts can be quite substantial. For example, service members can purchase a 4-day promotional ticket with a park hopper option at Walt Disney World for $241 plus tax. While meanwhile,
how old is this? Because I don't know if it's.
This article came out yesterday.
Oh, well,
it was updated this morning.
All right.
So it says. Meanwhile, a 4-park Magic Value ticket, which is a special offer available to all guests, starts at $340. It includes 1 park per day if you qualify for military rate. Contact your participating U.S. military base ticket office to score a steep discount at Disneyland.
Just saying, a pet peeve of mine. We used to get yelled at for wearing those hats outside of outside of the range.
Oh, okay.
That was the only time.
Those are range caps, aren't they?
Yeah, those are the only time you can wear that. You wear them anywhere, you got your ass chewed out.
Oh shit. All right, I clicked out of the picture, so I'm gonna find it again. But yeah, that's funny because it's like hey, what the fuck?
I'm gonna not like that motherfucker wearing that damn range cap. I forgot what they're called, but
that's basically what they are.
Yeah, caps. But yeah, those are so great to wear, especially when it was hot.
Yeah,
you can wear them no other way. Hold on, yeah, you can wear them no other place.
Book your trip during the off season. This is actually smart because like going to school out here where we live at, we have we have fucking we have breaks. We have that fall break that other districts don't have, including Southern California. So like you can go in like October.
I'm going to Disney World in October.
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm an idiot. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm going to Harry Potter World.
So it's like you go on off season. So it's like what is it? Early October that we have that break is on for here for like fall break. Like I don't remember what fall break is here, but it was always like the teachers at school be like, if you want to go to Disneyland, do it during fall break because like the schools are not off then down there, so it would make sense. But here it says, off season mid-January through March, excluding President's Day weekend, mid-April through mid-May, excluding some spring break, mid-September through mid-November, excluding Halloween time. Don't plan a trip around the holidays or special Disney events, obviously.
Don't go to Disney World 4th of July weekend.
Never do
Bad
that.
idea. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea.
I think it's like mostly holidays. Like,
yeah, that's a bad idea.
Choose value days for cheaper Disneyland tickets. Always look at the park calendar to find value days, which you don't wait until the last minute to buy your ticket. Value days at Disneyland cost $104 for one day.
What are value? What are those days?
I don't know because I don't really pay attention to what these are because like I usually everyone here kind of just they figure out a day they want to go and they just do it. Value days cost $104 per park and it's whopping $45 cheaper compared to peak pricing. You can also save $20 at Walt Disney World by choosing the least expensive date. So I guess you could look this stuff up. Attend a timeshare presentation? No, I don't know about that. Disneyland credit card? I'm not going to tell you to get a credit card. Bring your kids before age 3. They get into Disneyland parks for free.
Why I'm not taking my child to Disneyland until they're like 7 or 8.
To be fair, I've been going to Disneyland like all my life.
Well, you guys get like free tickets and shit.
Invest in an annual pass or passport. I don't know about that.
A passport? Oh, the Epcot. This is tight.
Find travel packages through Costco. This is like, it's funny. Like when you go to like shop, this sometimes could be like a sleeper deals.
Costco has a
Costco. You can get deals through Costco. It's like they have like that little area, like I guess the customer service area. You can ask about that.
Costco has everything. Are you serious?
Yeah. Costco does have everything. I mean. Says if you're traveling to Anaheim or Orlando, buying package deals is another way to save money on Disneyland vacation. For example, Costco offers a multi-day Disneyland Resort hotel package that comes with Disney gift card worth up to $245, depending on the length of your stay. It's pretty crazy. It's like you get really those things. Free press pennies for inexpensive souvenirs. That's cool. That's a cool one because everyone's like wow because they change them all the time. They're not all the same normally.
Those are cool.
Stay at Disneyland Resort.
I've lost all my pennies though that I pressed.
I've stayed at the California. I stayed at the Grand California. That was pretty cool.
I think the nicest one I stayed at was the Polynesian.
Oh, okay.
And it was.
All right, so
it was cool.
What was that noise? Anyway, so you've got your list done.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna start. You can go ahead and hold on to that for right now. We're gonna just have you do the. Have you start at the bottom and we'll go all the way to the top because obviously bottom's first, worst first because So what we're gonna do, the format is we're just gonna keep it short and sweet. I don't know about sweet considering that bad movie is a bad movie, right? Right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and start. So what's your first one?
So my first one, number 18, and just a heads up, the only ones I think are actually bad are these bottom three. The rest I think are good, great, and like amazing.
Okay.
So, number 18 is Cars 2. I don't even remember what happened in Cars 2.
It's basically a glorified spy movie with
In Mater, right?
Mater, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Which
I
is
don't
fine.
remember.
You see, like I even got like fucking, what do they call those?
Is it not a poster, but
They're like screenshots from the movie
Yeah.
and stuff that I get from the like. You
I
can
don't
get from
remember
Disney
that. That's
stores.
what's on the bottom.
So basically, it's like a race, like a world race, where the fucking Lightning McQueen's racing against like basically glorified F1 cars, and it's like a spy movie with Mater.
See, that's why it's on the bottom because I don't
It's
remember
honestly
that
kind of
all.
weird, but for me, I find this weird joy in watching that movie for some reason. Probably because, weirdly enough, I like British things because I watch a lot of British shows. It's like, especially car shows.
British stuff's time.
British car shows are funny.
Like Top Gear.
Yeah, Top Gear now sucks, but
Oh, I hear it. Does.
you want to go if you want to keep following the old hosts, you got to watch freaking what the fuck is it called? It's Amazon show, Grand Tour.
Doesn't Goldberg have one, or did he used to have a show like that?
I don't remember what it's called. I think it might have been a Motor Trend show.
Okay.
I don't remember. All right, go ahead and move on.
Number 17, Finding Dory. I thought the movie was extremely boring, and it was just the same movie, just having Find Dory's parents. I didn't care at all. I didn't care one bit. I never liked Dory that much at all, so having a movie centered around her didn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
16. This might be the one that a lot of people disagree with me with. Incredibles 2.
Never saw it. Actually, I saw it. Never mind.
I thought Incredibles 2 was not worth what? How long did we wait for that movie for? Decades. But
It's a good question. I'll look it up while you're.
yeah, it wasn't
while
worth
you're- while
it.
you're-
I thought the movie was extremely lazy. I didn't appreciate that all the growth the characters went through. They just reverted in the second one just for the plot to happen. So yeah, not a fan of that movie at all.
Now that I think about it, now that I originally, 2018. So Incredibles 2 came out in 2018.
Was it the first 2008? Or,
Let's find out. I don't know why I
no,
went
not
straight
08.
for
It was like
Incredibles 2.
05 or something.
Incredibles, but 2004. So it's
That's 15 years.
15 years.
15 years.
So
and I hated it.
So basically, actually, now that I think about it, we actually did this based off of a Kotaku list originally, and then we worked around what his fucking list was, and then we were like, really, and then we did our own list.
Mm.
I don't remember what that was because it was like a long time ago. So like, we're doing it like this time because normally we'll pan that guy for some reason because like I remember the first one that we did. Somebody commented, was like, yo, whoever this guy who made this first list you guys are basing this off of, he needs to like get his life together. All right, go ahead and move on.
So the rest of this list I think are all good movies.
So you're giving it its due.
Yeah, so the rest of these are all good movies. There are just some better than the others.
Obviously.
15, Monsters University. I thought it was a perfectly fine movie. It was fun. It was funny. It was cute. Not a whole lot to say about Monsters University. I don't think it stands out that much among Pixar's movies.
I have an issue with that, even though I never seen it.
Mm.
I know enough about it where what they did was they changed the story. Because if you remember Monsters Inc. and what they talked about in that movie, and then how basically what their friendship was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Monster University came out, it was a totally different thing. It's like, oh, you actually, your relationship is actually different than we knew it. It's like they changed the canon. They took the canon and they changed
People
it.
did that a lot with prequels.
It's weird. Like they need to get their life together. That's the only problem I had with it. Like I didn't watch the movie, but I watched pieces and I was just like, wait a minute, this is not.
I will say I recommend it, but is it a movie you have to watch? No, it's not.
But if you have to, if you have to sit and like have to want to watch all these movies, then it's a fine choice.
Yeah. Number 14. This one might get me in trouble also. Up. I am a firm believer that if Up was a short film, this would easily be my number one if it was a short film. But the fact that it continues after that first 15 minutes kind of ruins it, because I think after that, amazing sad part. It's just another standard cute kids movie, and it just doesn't do it for me after that. Do you have anything to say?
Which is fine. I mean, I didn't see that movie, but it's like I pretty much have the gist of it. It's not like, you know, I'm the kind of person who, like, one of the reasons why I don't make these lists is because I oftentimes live vicariously through other people, so I get it. You know, I mean, okay. It's like, oh, it's, you know, it is what it is. Then you move from there.
Number 13, Cars. I like this movie. When it came out, I was obsessed with it. It stayed in my DVD player when we had it. Come on, ka-chow. It's Steve.
Honestly,
Steve McQueen. Yeah, Lightning McQueen.
To be fair, this movie was like, honestly, if you had to pick, like, for me, in my opinion, like, I really do like the Cars movie. The first Cars movie, it's like
the first one's great.
It's a real safe pick to watch. Like, if you're just trying to watch a random ass movie, and if it's there, you can honestly just put it in and watch it. Yeah. It's not, you know, it is what it is. It's a great movie.
It's so much better than the second one. It's crazy.
Yeah, because the second one took like a crazy ass turn. It was just like, okay.
And number 12, Brave. I think this movie gets a worse rap than it deserves. Yeah, it's not the most creative or new princess movie, but I mean, I have a thing for just bow and arrows. And was she Scottish or Irish?
I think she's Scottish. Yeah, she's Scottish.
I think it was the accent that does it for me. And come on, man, it's cute bears and just, I really dig it. I like it. It's definitely not the best princess movie, but I definitely think it's a lot better than people give it credit for.
Princess movie it is. You know what I mean?
Number 11, Toy Story 4. This is a fantastic movie. It's just not better than the other ones. But it is a great way to end it. I hope this is the end. The way it ends definitely feels like this is it. There's not a whole lot you can do after this. So, Toy Story 4, go see it. It's in theaters now. It's great. That's all I have to say about that. Number 10, A Bug's Life. This movie is, I still watch this at least once a year. It's a great movie. It's, what's the story it's based off of? I totally forgot.
I honestly don't even remember.
It's where they,
it's been a long ass time since I've seen that movie.
There's an older story it's based off of, where...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, there's actually a lot of stories that these are based off of.
All of them, probably. I think all of them.
Either that, whether or not it's a life lesson or not, there's always a basis that a story comes from.
It's a great movie. It's a reminder that, you know, that there's more of us than the elites, and we just gotta eat them, and we win. Eat 'em. You know? There's that. Number 9, Coco. I saw this movie, this was 2 or 3 years ago when it came out?
Possibly.
I saw this when I was in college with my college friends. And I think we were the only ones in that theater besides like a family of like 3, and it was freaking great.
2017.
Yep, yeah. I think the movie oozes with Mexican culture, and it definitely shows that it respects it, and it's a beautiful movie. And that end, man, that end is great. That's Coco. Coco's great. Toy Story 3, number 8. I didn't like this movie when I first saw it. When I got a little bit older, I appreciated it a lot more. I think what made me mad was the fact that Andy was leaving, and I was very bitter about that. But definitely, I think it's a great movie. I used to think this should have been the conclusion, but now I definitely think 4 should be. But this is still a great movie in the Toy Story franchise. Fantastic. Mexican Buzz Lightyear is the man. Lotso, I hope you burn in hell, man. But great villain. Number 7, Inside Out. I think besides the beginning of Up, this is the only movie on this list that made me actually cry. Me and my sister saw this together, and man, we were just... It's an emotional movie.
I don't cry watching movies.
I don't... Very well. I don't know. I I think this is one of those movies where I think a kid's gonna watch it just for like the colors and stuff.
That's very bright and colorful movie.
But adults are gonna be like, damn, like there's some deep shit in this movie.
It's like because it's an outlier because it's kind of like how we feel about, especially like people my age, like how they feel about like Toy Story really hit them hard when 3 came out because like they get that feeling that that we're gonna have to get rid of like all of these. It's less your personal stuff. It's like how we all grew up with Andy and like and then now we have to just let go. You know what I mean? It's like that's what made it really sad. It's just like
the Bing Bong scene, man. That's what got me. The Bing Bong scene.
I saw a little bit of this movie, so I coexist with these in bits and pieces. So yeah.
Number 6, the OG, the original Toy Story. I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. Mrs. Nesbit.
Besides, this movie did age really well.
Oh, this movie still looks amazing.
Yeah, it still looks fantastic. It ages really well considering like it came out in the late 90s.
I think all these movies are gonna age good because I mean Pixar doesn't.
Well, I mean Pixar doesn't mess around.
Yeah, I mean maybe with the ones I didn't name.
Okay, yeah.
But I heard Good Dinosaur was not good.
It was okay. I mean, I sat and watched it, but like it had a variety of characters in it. It is what it is. Like I personally like the T-Rexes, the T-Rex family ranchers. But it had that one guy. Fucking what's his name? Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
I did.
You know the guy who was a vegan Ron, where he was like,
no, I don't know about vegan Ron.
Where him and fucking Ron Swanson they were talking because they were like. Because they were both like supposed to be like manly men, but then he started talking about being a vegan and cycling and wearing fucking sandals and shit. But that guy, he had like the deep voice. He's the guy on like the Ford F-150 commercials. The guy with the deep voice. He played like the father fucking T-Rex, and he's just so cool. I don't know.
Oh, very well.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm like, god damn, like the T-Rex family was pretty funny to me because it was like it stuck out because like they were literally like, T-Rex ranchers. So
T-Rex ranchers.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It's
like fucking big ass T-Rex with a fucking scar on his face and shit.
That's kind of badass.
But anyway.
But yeah, OG Toy Story. I mean, there's not everything that's been said about this movie is already been said. I just said it, so
it's a moving culmination.
Yes. Number 5, Finding Nemo. Man, this came out when I was like little. Was I little when it came out?
What year?
I feel like I had it on. I had this when it was on DVD, and I remember, I don't think I watched it at the movies. I want to say my parents bought the DVD, they bought the VHS, and we watched it in the garage, and I remember just loving it, and when it ended, I was like...
2003.
03.
Yeah,
I was in middle school?
Possibly, yeah, because I was in high school then.
So I think...
I was...
Oh, so I wasn't little. I was
a freshman. No. Freshman?
I think that was elementary
No,
school.
I was fucking... No, because I was a... The fuck was it? I was a... 92. No, I was a sophomore. So that was 2002. I was a freshman in high school. Because you guys had to have been middle school. Or
I was
actually
13.
Elementary school, maybe?
I was 13 when it came
okay.
out. I was 13.
I went to the fucking aquarium.
So I was about to go. Is 13 about to go to middle school?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's 13.
I don't remember. That fucks me up with all these ages.
Great movie. I'm still wondering about Nemo's mom. I don't think she's dead. So, I don't.
What's funny about this is that we went to the Monterey Bay Aquarium for a field trip once, and we watched this movie going there twice.
Damn, you had a bossed out like bus and everything.
Yeah, we had a comfy bus.
Jesus.
And on the way back, we watched, you guessed it, Finding Nemo. On the way back from the fucking aquarium, hung out in the aquarium all day.
Stop buying clownfishes. All right, they're going extinct.
I love the aquarium.
Stop buying clownfishes in the movies and the damn fishes in the movie. All right, they're dying out. Leave them alone. All right. Finding Nemo, you're an OG. Now these top 4, these are the heavy hitters. Nothing was ever going to replace these top 4.
Okay.
Number 4, WALL-E.
Mm-hmm. My personal favorite.
WALL-E is fantastic. That first chunk with no dialogue, it's probably, I would say, probably the best looking out of all of them. I think it's still WALL-E.
To be fair, like I do like I did appreciate that they didn't have a lot of like spoken dialogue.
Yeah.
In like for a big chunk of this movie, it kept me interested because I was gonna wonder when something big was gonna happen, or whether or not there were gonna be any like voice dialogue, whether it be from a computer or or people, or if there even were people or like that. And then you found out there were people, and it was interesting. It was like it went in. It was like, oh, you could appreciate the fact that there could be no spoken dialogue. Because it keeps you interested, because you'd be like, what's going to happen next? Because it's like, you can't, because a lot of the ways in a story is you can tell where the movie's going by spoken dialogue. Way people talk, and then, again, foreshadowing and aforementioning, like, and then you get to that point, you'd be like, oh, he said this, or he said that. It's hard to determine a movie's path when no one says anything, because there's only so much you can get off of body language for what it's worth. Mm-hmm. Or, actions in a movie and stuff like that, because literally, like, Wall-E was literally like a trash bot. He kept everything going. That's literally it. But then, what is it after that? Because there are no spoken dialogue. He literally says his fucking name, and that's it.
I think it's a beautiful movie, fantastic message that's still very important pretty much today. And
don't get fat.
Don't sleep. Well, yeah.
Don't sleep on him.
Don't sleep on Wall-E. Do not. If you haven't seen it, watch it. That's for these top 4. If you haven't seen them, watch them immediately. Number 3, Monsters Inc. Man, another movie I watched a lot. I think I just started watching it again because of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. I think it's one of the other ones that have really awesome side characters who are maybe even more interesting than our main guys. Just 231419. What's that code?
2319.
2319. That we remember that number. Well, yeah. Josh did. I did not.
Yeah.
Number 2, Toy Story 2. This one is my favorite of the Toy Story movies because we get all the side characters get their own time to shine. This is where the comedic genius of Rex is, Potato Head, Ham, the hilarity with, I guess, maybe not the other Buzz Lightyear and Zurg. Just, we get Jesse, freaking Stinky Pete. Just, it's great. It's awesome. It's really dark. Stinky Pete, you son of a bitch. Oof. But, and also, I mean, it's the best because it has bloopers in the credits.
Blooper reel.
That blooper reel is hilarious. Whoever thought of that, you're a genius. And
what's really funny is that this is not anything to do with Pixar or anything like that. But you remember that terrible ass movie, the Final Fantasy Spirits Within?
I watched it recently. I don't think it's that terrible anymore.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we have it on VHS.
You have it on VHS?
Yeah, we have it in VHS.
We have it on, I think, DVD.
There's a blooper reel for that movie. Did you know?
For real?
Yeah, there's a blooper reel for that movie.
Did you know that?
It was really funny.
You know that they created that actor to be like a virtual actor to be in other movies?
That's weird. I didn't
That's
know that.
extremely. That was their plan. Was they invented that actress, like that whole character. She had I forgot her name, but she even had a name.
Yeah.
To be in other stuff, but the movie did so bad that she was in.
Obviously, right. We did. We have that movie on VHS.
We should watch that.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like
I could say. I mean, I appreciated it for what it was. It was like them trying to branch out to using their studio's abilities, and fucking and technology to do what they could do, which was make a movie. Because like literally, like, they had, again, it's the whole, we had the technology, we can do this stuff, and which is why we got which we have the games now. We have the games we have now. Whether or not you liked the 15 movie or not, I thought it was okay.
Is that the
It was the King's Glaive. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it gave us a look into what really went into the fall of Insomnia. So yeah,
I have no idea what that is.
That's the kingdom that Prince Noctis is from.
Okay, but I will say, I think. I mean, yes, I will say that Spirits Within is a bad movie, but I do think it's seen even worse because it has Final Fantasy in the name. It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
I wish if it was a different name, I think it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be
if they
as
just called
hated.
it the Spirits Within, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as hated.
It could have the square title on it. And it would just be called the Spirits Within.
That was a poor title choice to put on top of it. I'm pretty sure it's to cash on that, and it didn't work out.
It was trying to cash in on the name. But
number one, it's obvious. What else could it have been? Incredibles 1. It's perfect. The writing is fantastic. The dialogue, the action scenes, the comedy, just all of it. The animation. I mean, Syndrome is probably the best villain in Disney, Marvel, anything. Syndrome's great. It's aware that superheroes are dumb, and it's a great noir movie. It's like a throwback to is it like those pulp magazine to like the 50s and 30s and all that stuff?
Yeah.
And it has a very retro feel. I love it. All the characters they're great. And it feels like they feel like a real family. They just happen to have powers, and having powers doesn't really make life easier. And yeah, that movie brings back a lot of memories. I loved it when it came out. I love it today. I hate what Incredibles 2 did to that, but definitely if you had to watch that one or the second one, I would watch the first one 100 times. I will never watch Incredibles 2 ever again. But Incredibles 1, I watched that movie like religiously. It's great. It's fantastic. It's not just my favorite animated movie. It's probably it's of my top 10 movies. It's in my top 10 movies of all time. It's fantastic. It's perfect. I have nothing wrong to say about Incredibles. Nothing wrong. I'm going to watch Ratatouille soon. I hear that is the underrated gem of Pixar. I'm probably never going to watch Cars 3.
I say don't. It's not.
Anything.
I'm
probably not going to watch that. The Good Dinosaur, I am still I don't know.
Again, I think you don't need to watch it. You're not missing anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's I'm kind of figuring. I'm gonna look at the.
So we'll just Ratatouille then.
Yeah, I would just do Ratatouille. I'm gonna go see what what this reception looked like here.
For which one?
Yeah, Good Dinosaur.
Mm.
I mean,
because I heard it was just mediocre.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a fucking 76. So
yeah, it's alright.
Because we can look at the Rotten Tomatoes score as really roughly an inflated score depending on what they're basing it off of.
Yeah.
It was based on 202 reviews with an average rating of 6.6 out of 10. So
that's pretty much
it's in the middle. It's an okay movie, but yeah, it is what it is. We're here. That is what your top 18 list for Pixar
top
movies.
18. Also,
we're going to omit the rest of those, except for maybe Ratatouille because you haven't seen it yet. Again, you're not really missing anything with those other two.
Mm.
So, again, like I always say, I don't make these lists because I omit over half of these movies because I live my life in bits and pieces as far as movies go.
I live my life in bits and pieces.
There's not it's blood under my fingernail. Weird. Okay, so I only watch these movies. For example, I live in a Disney family. Okay, so we have a
hell yes he does.
I live in a Disney family, so we got two people who live. My mom and my sister who work for Disney retail. So I'm constantly around it.
Mm-hmm.
And there, despite what I do, I have some stuff here. I got Avengers cell art there. I got movie cells, and then you got the fucking Cars 2 cells, and then there's stuff from fucking Star Wars out there, and fucking I got a Mushu right there. I got a Nick Wilde right there.
You got all the Disney hats.
I got all the Disney hats. I got fucking I got Guardians plushes up there.
Is that what that is?
Those are Guardians plushes, yes.
I thought those were just. I was gonna ask you. It's like those just animals.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a raccoon and a dog plush.
Yeah, this is fucking Cosmo. And then I got Rocket. I need to get little plastic pieces so they stand up. Okay. I have one for Groot up there, and then Groot's back there. So yeah, these when I went one of the times we went into This guy doesn't even want to stand up, so he's gonna lay down. So I was like, my mom was like, "What do you want?" And like one of the last times I went, I was like, "Can you just get?" She was like, "You can just pick anything," because I honestly don't know what to get halftime. And so I was like, I saw that, I was like, just grab me a Cosmo because it is what it is.
The Disney store is so fucking daunting to me.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I don't know what I'm just like. I don't know what I want in here.
Yeah, the Disney media is weird to me because it's like everyone. It's really about what your niche is. What time period are you interested in as far as Disney is concerned? I'm not. I mean, I'm from the 90s. I'm like 90s Disney movies. So like 90s, early 2000s. So it's like Hercules, fucking The Little Mermaid.
Speaking of Disney, what is your favorite Disney movie?
Hercules.
Hercules does not get the love it deserves.
No, I mean Lion King. People always say Lion King is probably the best Disney movie. I liked Lion King. Let's not pull hairs here for a second. Lion King was a good movie. In my opinion.
Good. I will say that.
Scar is gay. He literally is. Just listen to him fucking talk. He's gay. But yeah, I like Hercules because I like the whitewashing of fucking Greek mythology. It was fun to me.
I like I will say I think Hercules it's of my favorites. I think it definitely has the best. It's my favorite soundtrack is in Hercules.
It certainly was. It was my favorite soundtrack. I know. I love all those songs.
I think my favorite Disney movies either. It always switches between Mulan, Pocahontas, and Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
Those are the three.
I think out of those three, if I have to pick one of those three, I'd probably go with Mulan. Probably because honestly, the songs are really good in that movie too. Mm-hmm. Like they're really easy to catch on and sing along with. I mean, you have to in a way you can feel for the lead, because she's just trying to fucking protect her family and shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can feel for her and basically get a turnaround that could really never happen in history. To be fair, again, we're whitewashing. So I mean, even if you whitewash, there can be some good whitewashing that comes out of it, whether or not you like it or not. So what do you think? So we'll just go on this. So since we're done with this, so what do you think about the live action movies so far for Disney? Like,
oh god,
in your opinion? Because I haven't seen any of them, so I don't have an opinion of them.
So I haven't liked any of the Disney live action movies, but I've only seen two of them. I saw Cinderella,
okay,
and I saw when they did
My window's open. AC is on. I just realized that.
There was I didn't like Cinderella. I didn't like Maleficent.
Okay.
And I didn't like. There's another one I watched and I didn't care for it, but I don't remember. But I think I mentioned before, I'm not gonna watch any of the live action Disney stuff because I've already seen the what I know is gonna be the better version already.
Okay.
And I think it's obvious Disney has a tendency to just kind of make the same thing over and over. And
I mean, they're following the trend of what do you call it? Trying to pull their older audience back in. You know what I mean? The audience that a lot of us grew up and want to see a more, I guess I don't want to say more mature take on a movie
because the animated is already more mature than what they're going to do.
It is. It does have mature underlying themes that we don't catch as children. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think that's their point. I probably won't ever see them either.
I think it's so weird because it's like Disney's already built up this good faith with us. You can just make new stuff. We're gonna watch your stuff.
Yeah.
So
whether or not
we're gonna watch it.
Whether or not it ends up being good or not, we're gonna see. So what surprises me is that that a lot of people took the plunge and went to go see Aladdin. Right. Now the thing is I won't see it because I didn't plan on seeing it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't for me Aladdin's cool, right? The movie, the original Aladdin movie was cool. It's not one of my favorites, but it's I don't hate the movie. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Because Robin Williams was the key proponent that keeps Aladdin alive in all of us.
I think Aladdin's it's like middle of the road.
Yeah, I find it to be a little middle of the road too, but then
definitely Robin Williams elevates it.
Yeah, his acting really his character just the genie himself,
Yeah.
and like really elevated the film to basically to be what it is. And like
I think Jafar too. Jafar was great. In that
I don't know,
movie.
I liked his voice.
Jafar's great.
His voice was really good. Like
Mm.
villain. Like he's like But yeah, so it. I respect that people went to go see it despite how they really felt about it, and in a way, we may not be all on the same terms as far as like how we feel about movies, but I liked it that people got their minds changed. That it was better for them than they really thought it was going to be. Because that's again that was like as you as a critic, you're sitting there, you think about like how movies make you feel, how you think like maybe like you could be like you can sway an opinion to be like, hey, maybe you can watch this movie, maybe you'll get a different opinion on it. That's basically what the challenge of this movie was. I won't see it.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever watch.
But like I respect people that went to go see it, and then actually they managed to change their minds on some people whether or not it was really good or not, which was fine. I respect that. That's good on them at least. They made a movie that people could respect whether or not the movie was actually good or not. That they respected their try at this fucking movie they tried to do. You know what I mean? It's like. So here's a question. I've been thinking about this lately. So like Pixar is as a studio, Pixar has a really good track run of movies, whether or not, because obviously a lot of those movies you actually think are decent, starting decent, whether or not you got those 3 that you didn't like, and then after that it was decent to really good fucking good movie.
Yeah.
So like, seeing as that pretty much Disney owns too many things now at this point, I want them to entertain a Marvel Pixar movie. Cause you know how like you remember like watching Marvel cartoons when we were younger, and like watching Marvel cartoons as a kid and stuff like that.
Is
I
Big
almost
Hero 6 Pixar?
No.
Okay, good.
It's not considered.
Okay.
And the movie list, I don't know because I always thought, because in that list, the Wikipedia list that you saw, like there's Frozen, there's what's it called?
Is Big Hero 6 a Disney movie or is it
Yeah.
Pixar? Oh, okay.
It's a Disney movie. They got Tangled.
Oh,
Frozen.
Tangled.
I gotta fucking look this up.
Tangled's so great.
You know what's funny? So
movie.
okay, so I don't really like. Again, I find what's it called? Like I'm gonna look up. Let's just look up Tangled. Let's see what this classified as. Tangled. Yeah, fucking Jesus.
You don't get Tangled.
So I'm trying to figure out what this classifies as. Because there's also Moana.
I have yet to see that movie.
I've seen some of it.
And I hear it's really great.
It really took. Oh, it's just Walt Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, animated studios. Because like look at it. It looks like a damn Pixar movie for God's sake.
It does.
Honestly, like this was a really good one for me because like a lot of times like I end up not watching movies because I'm just not interested, and because there are a lot of kids in my life. I don't have any kids, but personally I don't have any kids. But then there are a lot of kids in my life, living my nieces and my nephews, and I have to take care. I did watch them from time to time, and like you end up watching these movies, and I end up like, oh, this movie's actually good. Like, why didn't I watch it before?
You should have to watch Tangled.
But the funny thing is like for some reason I feel like I have to have a reason. But anyway, so here's the thing, like because how I feel, like, because like you watch the old Marvel cartoons when we were younger. We got a lot of those animated movies that came out that I don't know how to feel about them in most cases because there's a lot of them. So I think it would be kind of cool to have like a Marvel animated movie, whether or not it be done by Walt Disney Animated Studios or to have it done by Pixar.
Do you mean like how we got with? I know Spider-Verse wasn't Disney, but I think that's like Sony.
It's
or something.
Sony, yeah, because the
like in that kind of like vein.
Kind of, it's like or like say because like a lot of the movies nowadays are like, oh, Avengers Assemble, like cartoons for like movie and stuff. I'd like them to entertain that, like make like a Marvel movie that's not so, I guess, centered towards like aged audiences. Not that like, I mean the first movies were fine because then you didn't have a lot of like. Didn't have the huge sense of urgency that kids had to follow. Yeah. See, it's like for now these ones, like you go, oh, yeah, everyone running around like they're on fire. But then like a movie where like there is like action, but then like kids can follow it easier, adults can follow it just as easily, and then like we all have a good time. You know what I mean? We don't have that whole like the bloody sense of urgency that we have in these current movies. You know what I mean? It's like it like The Incredibles. You know how The Incredibles feel.
The Incredibles,
like you get like this whole like family feel. The sense of urgency is like manageable.
Mm-hmm.
Kids can understand it because it's it's superheroes. Yay! Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of want, because I know they have The Incredibles, but I kind of want them to entertain like the potential of an animated produced by either Disney or Pixar Marvel movie.
I don't know why they haven't done that, to be honest.
Because I kind of want, I don't know. I think because they have to, because again, Disney does own Marvel, but then they have to fucking talk it over with Marvel. Because I mean, seeing as that they have a lot of animated movies out, I don't see why they couldn't just entertain this.
Would you want it to be like in the same universe as like the live action, or its own thing?
I think it should just be its own thing, because again, as we know, comic books. I'm not huge into comics, but we all know the stories as is. It is the story is how they write it. It doesn't necessarily have to be canon.
That's true.
Like you can have it again. It depends on who writes it. It's like how power level scales depends on who writes it. We got one hand we got the fucking World War Hulk. The other hand we got fucking just the Incredible Hulk. You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is.
Or you have Punisher killing everybody.
Yeah, Punisher killing everybody, or killing the world basically. All the fucking all Marvel characters or whatever. But I'd really like them to entertain this fact. Like I'd like them to entertain us with this subject, because I think they would be able to pull off a really good
I didn't even think about that.
I'd like to think they'd pull off a decent story. You know what I mean? Because because again, it's one thing to have to make a live action movie, but then you have to make for like animated purposes, you have to make all the storyboards and all the fucking.
It might be just too much money.
It could be, because then you have to deal with all of the pre-made properties, and how Marvel wants their characters to be used, and I mean, that's probably why we don't have Marvel and Star Wars and fucking Kingdom Hearts, because you'd have to deal with getting through their properties, because then Square would have to deal with fucking Marvel and have to deal with fucking whoever's in charge of fucking like the Star Wars thing. If Disney doesn't want to put any input in it, like who they talk to through that team, and then who they have to talk to through the Marvel team, and who they have to talk to through Pixar, and who they have to talk to fucking
from
Disney.
The actors to use their likeness.
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, because I don't know if you ever looked into it, but they did. I don't know if it was either Kotaku or if it was Game Informer. They actually talked to fucking. I think it was Tetsuya Nomura, because he was involved in the project. So he talked about what they had to go through with fucking Disney and Pixar as separate entities, because they are separate entities technically, but they're owned by Disney. So, but Disney owns them, but then they have to put their own separate input from Pixar, because their fucking shit is their shit. So but they said that in the end, Pixar was more picky than fucking Disney was for their properties rather than Pixar properties. Because if you believe it or not, Sora is canon in Pixar.
Is he?
He is, because
because isn't Toy Story?
Because Toy Story is
canon.
Toy Story, and now also Monsters Inc.
Oh,
so
snap!
Yeah, so they didn't want to have anything outside of the canon, or they didn't want any stories. They didn't be like, oh, this is fucking like what, like you're making this whole new story. But so basically they fit it in a way where Sora is canon in the Pixar universe, because he went to a Pixar world.
That just sounds so convoluted.
But it's so small, you won't even really see it. You won't even really be like, oh, it's between these little parts here, like a little part where the cameras are off. It's like we're not gonna really pay attention to that. All we know is it is.
Yeah.
Sora is part of Pixar universe now, for what it's worth. So he is part of Monsters Inc. and he is part of fucking Toy Story.
And I guess it came out after those movies, so I mean it makes sense. You could do that.
So you can throw them in there with their permission, which ended up happening. So for what it's worth, that's almost like what it is for all of fucking Disney now. Sora belongs in fucking Disney movies now because he was there.
I want to see Sora in a fucking Disney movie.
just see him fucking.
I want to see him.
See him fucking gallivanting around something. You just be
give
like,
him a cameo in a Disney movie.
you just be like, you'd be like, turn around the corner. He's like,
that'd be
shit,
great.
and fucking him walk off. He's, I'm not supposed to be seen.
Or at least have somebody wear a Kingdom Hearts shirt in a Disney movie or something.
Yeah.
I mean, acknowledge the man.
Well, I mean, it's kind of how like it's the trouble with like I kind of wish they'd sell Kingdom Hearts branded products in like Disney branded like shops and stuff. That would be kind of cool.
That would be
like if I could get like Disney pins of Disney owned pins. Actually, you know what? Actually, where is that fucking pin? Oh, you know what? It is right here. Actually,
why don't we see Kingdom Hearts stuff in Disneyland?
That's not. It's on my bag downstairs. I have a Disney branded Kingdom Hearts pin because it came with 2.8, and like it's. I'll show you the pin when we go downstairs.
If I went to Disneyland and I saw like a Sora character,
yeah, honestly, if I went to Disneyland or if I went to Disney World and I saw Disney branded Kingdom Hearts merchandise, I would scoop up some merchandise because you know it is what because obviously the problem is again it's a co-holding license, so it's like we have Disney characters but then we have Square characters because then you would have to like. But then you'd be like, okay, it's Sora, but what about all the other characters that exist that are not fucking, you know, that are not part of the Disney thing? It's like Sora exists on two mediums, but he's owned by Square. Mm-hmm. But you'd have to get co-permission. But you know then that's like a lot of work, I guess. For me, money's not for anyone involved. Money is not an issue, because for what it is, Disney would have to go to Square and get their permission, and then all Disney would have to do is pay a little bit of money.
Yeah,
for them, and it's a little bit of money.
That's no problem,
and they can get royalties for it, which would be okay because you know Disney is still making part of the profit, and Disney would be fine with that. We'd all be fine with that, but then litigations and stuff like that. We're not part of that world, so we don't really know. But that's a simple look on the view of it. But yeah, there's a whole lot of things that I think need to be entertained, and will be entertained by us, and we will be entertained by it. So here's a look in the future anyway, but yeah, we're an hour in. So I think we should honestly this is a good wrapping spot because I got to pick your brain a little bit about how you feel about Pixar movies rather than because I don't do these things. You know I don't do these things.
Yep. People
I know I don't do these things because hell, I can't even, you know, like I said, we were talking about before we started, like, you know, I don't make top 10 lists. I don't think that and even if I did, it takes me forever to do these things. And, you know, it wouldn't be as entertaining, let's just say, because I don't entertain these things normally, so, I drew a blank. But yeah, so this is, you know, this is another top list for Pixar. I hope to do another soon because I'm trying to get at people again. Like we got you who your critic, and I got people who fucking like my sister who is not a critic, but then she's like, but she you know she is with other people who enjoy this medium of entertainment. So like, she was able to contribute. I kind of want people like my friends.
Do you remember your sister's number one?
Do I remember what my sister's number one was? Shit, I honestly don't remember.
Is it in here?
No, it's not.
No?
You'd have to watch. I think we'd have to go and like go into that particular podcast.
About number one.
I don't remember what it was. You'd have to ask her. I don't think she'll tell you though.
I'm gonna ask her.
Okay, so yeah, so we're drawing it in. It's almost 11 o'clock.
Oh snap!
It is. So with that being said, we will catch you guys on another one. I hope to have more out soon. I have at least one more subject matter that I need to hash out, and maybe a few more. So I hope to do more of these Pixar lists because I want people who, you know, again, Disney movies, Pixar movies, they transition to generations. So it's like moving on to from when we were from kids to adults, and then for us, people that we know, their kids, and how they perceive the movies. So I'm kind of like trying to get like, you know, one of my cohorts to do this, and like, you know, how they sit in his mind or whatever. So I'm gonna try to hash out a lot of things and try to get more casts in because like I really enjoy doing casts, and I just, you know, it's and you know I have to get more videos out. I just been having issues.
More videos out. You have a shit ton of videos.
I have
man.
over 600 videos.
Like,
yeah.
I think I just hit like maybe 50 videos, maybe.
I mean, when you can game on the fly is kind of what it is. But then for
That's
these,
true.
we have maybe 65 of these just these videos. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to please, in the end, please subscribe, like, and comment on the video. And if for anyone who makes it this far, I'm gonna go ahead and give it off to Devareay. So tell everybody what you're doing and if you're working on anything, what your YouTube channel is, and I'll hopefully. I remember to post the link in the description so they can come in, because tell everybody what you do and if there's anything you're working on or whatever.
So my channel is basically it's a hodgepodge. I review movies, anime, TV shows. I have random short films, random just weird vignettes and weird videos I make. I recently did a Game of Thrones diss song about Bran. If you're interested, if you hated season 8, I'm working on some songs making fun of how bad the season was. And yeah, it's Devareay Dream Machine, 3 words. Hopefully, you write that in there so they can spell it.
Yeah.
Like
I'll make sure to try to get that in there.
Yeah.
So like I said, thank you for doing this with me, because I needed to get something out, because it's been sitting here in the back of my mind with my long hair, and so I needed to get at least something out, because I've been wanting to do a cast for a long time. So
let me know whenever. We don't live far from each other.
Yeah. So I mean, with that being said, this is Rice. That's Devareay. We hope to see you again. Peace.
Later.